Hey, Mark and Joey here with another one of our NFL camps. As I said, the other shows kind of caught up with it. There's actually an exhibition game tomorrow night. I was kind of looking at the 8th as the start of the exhibition games. So we're running through these camp games.
It doesn't matter till opening night.
What it does is it brings the regular season close.
It does.
It's talking 4 or 5 weeks away now. So anyway, we're getting into the camps. So we've been talking about them for the last few weeks here. And we're going to, as we always do, we're going to wrap up the Chicago division, as I'm calling, because we're expecting them to win, with the best comedy act in that division. I'm watching this new show on TV, Bring the Funny. That's what Detroit is. The Detroit Lions. I feel so bad for Mathew Stafford, who was actually called, who's their main receiver? Escaping me now.
Golden Tate?
Yeah, Golden Tate called Mathew Stafford the best quarterback he's ever played for or seen. So that makes me laugh because that sounds like Aaron Rodgers to me.
First off, I want
win nothing but be considered the greatest quarterback anybody's ever played.
I want to apologize to our viewers. He's going to use the Bring the Funny line for every bad team. Yeah, every bad team.
Sorry, I got on that one because that show's bad too. So it works out perfectly that all the bad teams are Bring the Funny because Detroit's another one of these shows that, oh my God, from a management perspective, what are these guys? They've never been able to get it done. They supposedly have had one of the best quarterbacks for 10 years. And haven't been able to make the playoffs, but what, twice or something like that. So anyway, we're seeing the same thing. Nothing really changed. Not like Cleveland, who tried to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Dad, what's the common factor to all these teams that great quarterbacks can't win?
Well, the quarterback has all the money. So
yeah, there you go.
You can't buy any players.
That's it. I mean, why even bother? Really, what more evidence do you need? Andrew Luck couldn't do when he took all the money, had to give some up. Russell Wilson had to give some of his first contract.
He took it all back.
He's probably going to have to do it again this time to be any good, although they're really good at drafting. So if you're going to have a high-paid quarterback, you have to have great rookies.
Yeah, so you get those rookie contracts.
So you get those rookie contracts. And that's one thing I'll give Seattle credit. They're really good at getting these rookies and these draft players that they're able to pay Russell Wilson a lot of money because they're paying a lot of these guys nothing. But anyways, most of these teams with high-paid quarterbacks can't win, and that's why Green Bay had to do what they do, which get rid of all stars, and try to do what Seattle does and bring a bunch of no-names to work with their quarterback's salary. So Detroit's in the same boat. They paid Mathew Stafford such a stupid amount of money. Now, hey, Seattle, at least you got one Super Bowl. Green Bay, at least you got one Super Bowl. Mathew Stafford is barely giving you I don't even think he's giving you a playoff win. No, he hasn't.
No, but he's only made playoffs even a couple
twice.
Like,
so,
oh, crap.
And whatever you think of Mathew Stafford, I'll give him one credit. He's tough. He's tough. He hangs in there. It takes some of the brutalest hits I've ever seen.
And he can throw the ball
and
like a rocket.
He can throw it. You know what he reminds me of, though? A Cam Newton.
Yeah.
You know, what an arm, what a talent. Being wasted for a couple of reasons. One, his own. He's not smart, meaning he does take these hits, and people want to give him credit for it. But is he stupid for taking those hits? The answer is yes. Because he's injured. He's never 100%.
Call Tom Brady, for God's sake.
It doesn't help the team, man, to get hit like this. You got to get rid of the ball. It's such common sense. It drives me nuts. Now, the other thing they've done, the coaching's been iffy. Yeah. You know, they've now gone out and gotten Matt Patricia from New England, who, by the way, is a defensive specialist.
And they needed that too. Well, it's
just because he comes from New England doesn't mean he's very good. In fact, a lot of them haven't been great leaving Bill Belichick, which tells you that they're good at one thing, but the guidance of Bill Belichick is very important. Now, I like Matt Patricia. I think he can get something done here. I think he's a little whiles away. Honestly, I think he's near the end of Mathew Stafford's contract, or even when it's over, before he does anything special, especially with the way this division is going, with too many good teams right now. Mathew Stafford, with no weapons, with an average defense, with their best player being their kicker, who can kick it 60 yards, is not a great formula to make the playoffs in a division with Green Bay, Chicago, and Minnesota. And in an NFC conference with Seattle, LA, New Orleans, possibly Atlanta every year, Philly, and Dallas. Like, there's too many good teams right now. You guys need to tank. You need to dump this contract and rebuild and start over with Matt Patricia's team, which would be defensive-oriented, which would be all about defense, and then in 6 years' time, get a little bit on the offensive side, and that's when your time is. They need to dismantle this. Stop giving Detroit fans false hope with Stafford being there. Let him go. Let him go to a winning team. He can help a good team, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a team. Here's a team I'm thinking of. I don't think they'd do it because the cap. They can't because they already signed Wentz. Is like if he went to like a Philly, could you imagine how good that team could be? That could be fantastic. So, you know, something's got to be done there, though. It's a pathetic team.
It really is. You know, there's the term fish or cut bait, and this is a cut bait situation. They've gone through a number of years with him. This is not like, oh, he's been in the league 3 years and he's only going to keep getting better. He is what he is. He's, and I like him. I quite frankly, but I kind of rank quarterbacks on winning. He's not been able to do that. He needs to go somewhere else with a winning team. I think he's got the kind of tools that could help one of the teams that really is just a quarterback away. I think, you can't put him in some of the spots because these quarterbacks all have such enormous contracts, but they need to find somewhere for him. I think that an injury might change his whole life. One of the top guys goes down, he's the guy you could bring in.
I'll tell you one thing. If I'm at this stage, if I'm Detroit, I'd even pay half the contract just to get rid of him. Because right now, by keeping him, you're telling the city that you're really trying. And let's be honest, you can't, and you're not good enough anyway. So you can't get enough done as far as I'm concerned. So in my mind, eat half his contract, trade him to a team. Do this guy a favor who really has been, in my mind, around poor organization, poor lineups, really had Megatron for a short period of time. But even then, the defense wasn't great. The offensive line wasn't great. This, that, and that. Yeah. And really, I think do yourselves a favor, do the guy a favor, eat half his contract, send him to a good team, get something for him.
And get the number one pick.
Get the number one pick, man. There's good players coming. This is rebuilding from for Detroit. Let's throw out a record here of 2 or 3 to 13-12 or whatever, whatever.
I agree with you.
I think they get
win
3
a couple.
wins.
He'll win a couple on his arm.
They were 4 and something.
Yeah, so I don't see anything different than last year. Maybe even a slight bit worse. But like we're saying, I think that what all this team should be looking for is how do we move Stafford? How do we get draft picks for him? Which they will. I mean, he is a talented quarterback, no doubt about it. So they can
everywhere you go, guys. Everywhere you go, they say his talent. Well, if that's the case, then who else do you blame? We got to blame everyone else around.
It's all management, yeah.
It's all management. It's all what they've brought in as far as help. Offensive line's been trash for many years. One of the most sacked quarterbacks probably I've seen. So if that's the case, then he's going to provide value to people who know football on other teams that might need him. He's either a strong backup. You're right. A top guy goes down. He might fit a spot there. He might be a good replacement for Drew Brees in a couple years. I don't know how long Brees wants to play, but he's 40. Something along those lines where they got great running backs.
You got Brees. You got the Chargers. Yeah. There's a lot of older guys that are on the cusp, right?
You could get a haul for him, in my mind. So I think about something like that, but unfortunately, another disappointing year. Another thing they're going to do is take away a good Thanksgiving game by forcing them themselves to play. So they just continue to upset the NFL fans.
Yeah, no kidding. That Thanksgiving game is the time to eat. Whenever Detroit is playing your meal.
Thank God that the early games you can sleep through it and then get ready for the night games because it's a joke when they play.
It's unfortunate. Anyway, there we are. That's another division led by Chicago. We think this is a no-brainer division. We think the Super Bowl team is coming out of here in Chicago. At least I think that. And it should be exciting in the cold weather and in the domes. The good thing is they get two contrasting things. I don't like the teams playing the domes because they go outside and freeze their butts off and have to play those games.
That's difficult.
But, that's why we're going to have a cold weather winter in Chicago. And it should be exciting for what Chicago's going to do. The division, I think, is a snorefest. But I think Chicago's going to make it exciting and see how great they can turn out this year with another year under the belt of their quarterback. And their defense is strong and lots of weapons, as we talked about in that division. So there you go. That's the division for Chicago. We'll be back to finalize. We got 1 or 2 divisions to go. I can't remember.
We actually got like 3 or 4.
3 divisions. We're going to get working hard on this. The NBA playoffs and NHL set us a little behind as they got into June there. But anyway, we're going to look forward to that. We'll be back with more divisions over the next few days.